So this is our day 13. We are continuing differential equation, and our today's topic we are starting from Bernoulli equation. And in last class we had Leibniz equation. So this is the format of Bernoulli equation. You can see here. There is only one change from the Leibniz linear equation. That change is y power n. Okay, if you will not write y power n here, then it will be your simple Leibniz linear equation. But if you are using this y power n, then it will be your good evening Vedant. So it will be your Bernoulli equation. Now in Bernoulli equation, we have to simplify this Bernoulli equation to Leibniz linear equation, and after that we will continue in same way the way we will be discussing in the last class. So in this case, what should we do? We have to remove, good evening Himanshi, we have to remove this part from here. So for that purpose we have to divide this equation throughout y power n. So like dy by dx plus py is equal to q, and wherever you will divide with y power n, so here it will come y power minus n, and here it will come 1 minus n, and here 1. Okay, that's all. So this is the equation. I am just dividing this equation by y power n, so I am getting this equation. Now in this equation, as you know that here we are getting y power minus n, so here we have a beautiful trick here. You know, this y power 1 minus n, if you will differentiate one time, then you will be getting y power minus n in the format. I will explain how. You see here, if you differentiate this thing with respect to any number, suppose with respect to x you are differentiating, so what are you going to get? So it will be like 1 minus n and y power 1 minus n minus 1. This will be your answer in the differentiation, right? So this one and this one will get cancelled, and you'll also be getting dy by dx as extra. So y power minus n and dy by dx, that term is here. So this is how we are getting one idea that we can simplify our Bernoulli equation into Leibniz equation. So for what? That you consider as consider y power 1 minus n is equal to z. So in that case, this power will come to the left side if you differentiate. So I am going to differentiate for with respect to x. This z can be any other variable. You can consider t, theta, z, anything. So let's differentiate. So 1 minus n y power minus n is equal to into dy by dx is equal to dz by dx. So you can clearly see this. If I am replacing this guy and this guy, these two replacement I will make in my main equation. So my new equation will look like, I will just write here. So see, I am converting now. So the new equation will look like, you just try to consider the format, 1 by 1 minus n and dz by dx. How much I have replaced here in the main equation? This total I have replaced with this and this. Okay, then plus your p, and this is nothing but z now. So z is equal to, there is no change in q. Okay, so you see here, this 1 by 1 minus n, this part is not a troubleful part because this is simple number. Okay, it is not the function of x or y something, it is simple number. So no problem, this number I can multiply here and I can multiply here. So I'll be getting here x is there, dz by dx plus 1 minus n times pz is equal to 1 minus n times q. So this is my remaining. Okay, now you can see it is clearly looking like Leibniz form, what we have discussed in the last class. Now after that, you know what is the procedure to solve. So I will take one numerical so that you will be comfortable with this format. Take down the numerical. As example, suppose you have x dy by dx plus y. Okay, I'm going back. Take down. Good evening all of you. Done? Okay. You see here, x dy by dx plus y, this is the question I'm giving, is equal to x cube y power 6. Now in last class, when we saw our situation, in our last class, here we were not having y term. In our last class we learnt our Leibniz. So that was simple like dy by dx plus pyq is equal to q, and solution was y if q if, right? This was the trick to remember. This was the solution. But here, because now your q is coming with some extra y, so this is what you will consider as, okay, this is Leibniz, this is a Bernoulli equation, Bernoulli format. So we have to change our Bernoulli format. So what is the procedure? Very simple procedure. You consider this guy as y power n and divide throughout. At the same time, this part also you can remove from here. Okay, so means just x y power 6 you divide everywhere. So you will be getting y power minus 6 into dy by dx plus, you can see y power minus 1 into y power minus 5 is equal to x square. Okay, now this you can consider as your z value. So if you will consider y power minus 5 is equal to z, and then if you will differentiate, you will differentiate like this: minus 5 will come into y power minus 6 will be remaining into dy by dx. This will be your differentiation part, is equal to dz by dx. So you can see this much you can replace with this, and this total you can replace with this. So these two replacements you have to do carefully. So I am doing that. So here I will put z, and this total I will replace, and this minus 5 you send down. So you can write here minus 1 by 5 into dz by dx. Okay, this is one thing. Now plus, here I am having x power minus 1 into z, and this side I am having x square. This much clear. Now in this I will make small changes, and I will make this should look like exactly like Leibniz. So for that purpose I will make it dz by dx, and after that you see this minus 5 I will remove from here. So it will make like minus 5 by x into z is equal to x square. You can clearly see now this equation, z here and z here. In Leibniz form you used to be y here, but no problem, only variable is changed, right? Tool is same, concept is same. So you have to select what is your p value here, what is your q value here. So this guy is your p, so your p is equal to minus 5 by x, and this total is your q, so q is equal to x square. After getting p, immediately what is our job? You immediately find out integrating factor. Integrating factor is nothing but e power integration p dx. Okay, p value we know very well, minus 5 by x, but there is a problem. You should remember how to integrate 1 by x. Always remember. Oh yes, minus 5 will also come here. Yes, thank you Vedant, because this minus 5 I am multiplying, so that will come here also. So okay, guys, don't miss this minus 5 here. I will write down properly. There is minus 5 term I am missing, minus 5 x square. Okay, so here also minus 5 will come. In q value also minus 5 will come. Okay, so I'm saying that you should recall your q value. I mean your integration part you should recall. How do we do integration? Integration is like integration 1 by ax plus b dx. Now in this integration, you see, if sometimes we have only pure 1 by x integration, we write log x. But when you have this kind of format, then also same thing will come as like log ax plus b will be your answer, but that answer you divide by the coefficient of x, that is a. This kind of procedure we have to keep doing throughout integration. Whenever coefficient of x is coming, you divide with that. Okay. Now I will, you just do this part here. Replace this part here. So how will you replace this part here? I'll change the page. So integrating factor e power integration 1 by the p value is minus 5 by x into dx, right? So when you will integrate, take minus 5 outside, and then it will be log log means ln x, right? And this everything is actually power of e. Everything is power of e. I hope it's clear that everything is power of e. After that, this minus 5 you take here, so it will be e power ln x power minus 5. So in last class I taught you the log property. Because of that, this answer will convert as x power minus 5. So this became your integrating factor. Once integrating factor is known, then your solution will be, you remember, y if is equal to integration q if plus c. So this time we are dealing question that is simplified form. So here we have z. Okay, so z if will come. Later we'll replace z value, that is no problem. But right now we have to write z if. Z if, then you have to put integration. Then you have to write your q value. Q value is minus 5 x square. After that, integrating factor. Okay, and then your dx value. Substitute all values and do one more time. So this z value is nothing but, this is your solution. It is very clear, this is your solution. Now in this solution part, two changes you have to do. Z value you have to replace with the y value, and this integration you have to do here. So again, you may have difficulty in the differentiation part, so we'll take care of that. Now z value is nothing but y power minus 5, integrating factor is nothing but x power minus 5, and this minus 5 you take outside, and integrating factor is again minus 5 is here, so integration x square into x power minus 5 dx, and you also put one c here, one c here. After that, that c is constant actually, so this will be x power minus 3, and if you will differentiate that, then it will be integrate that, it will be x power minus 2 by 2 minus 2, and this will be your final answer, y power minus 5 x power minus 5. Only one small thing we have to learn. Already in last class we have discussed 2-3 questions about Leibniz. So this question is simply about how will you solve this. So now one question I will give you as homework, and solution of that question I will send you in a WhatsApp group, so that if you are uncomfortable, if you're not able to solve, then you can see the solution part. So take down the question here. This question is for homework. dy by dx plus x sine 2y is equal to x cube cos square y. Try to solve this question, and your answer should come as tan y is equal to 1 by 2 x square minus 1 plus c e power minus x square. So this c is representing a constant. This should be your answer. I will send you solution in the WhatsApp group, or whoever is not able to solve, they can text me. I will send them the solution for this. Only for CL students I am talking, not for YouTube students. Okay, now you go here, take another question. This is your first homework, this is your second homework. dz by dx plus z by x log z is equal to z by x log z whole square. Now for this, your answer should come as log z whole power minus 1 is equal to 1 plus a constant number c into x. This should be your answer. Okay, try these two questions by yourself at home. You should be getting correct answer, and then go to Drive and solve all previous questions asked in GATE exam. Now you see, we are changing a topic, and we are going to understand some equations will look like exact differential equations. In that case, we have to remember their answers directly. I will change the page. Take down a new topic as exact differential equation. Now, exact differential equation, how will you judge? Actually, there will be one condition given. We have to follow that condition. Take down the definition first. Definition. A differential equation of the form m, which is the function of xy, dx, plus n is again the function of xy, dy, is equal to 0, is said to be exact if its left hand member is the exact differential of some function u xy, that is du is equal to m dx plus n dy is equal to 0. Now you see, after that I'm writing at the top, its solution therefore is u comma xy, means u is the function of xy, is equal to c. So we will take one question and we will check whether they are following exact differential equation or not, and if they are following exact differential equation, then what is the formula for this. I will change the page. Okay, we will take this question. Example, suppose you have y square e power xy square plus 4x cube bracket close dx plus next bracket 2xy e power xy square, then minus sign, then 3y square bracket close dy is equal to 0. Now in this equation, see, as I said, whenever question is coming, try to solve that by variable separable method in the first approach, but which is not possible. After that you have several approaches, and then if dy by dx term looks together, then there is chance that it is going to be Leibniz form. If not, if this kind of formats are written where xy are separate and in one bracket with dx, and then again xy separate in another bracket of dy, so in that case there is a chance that this question is going to give you clue of exact differential equation. So there is one condition, we have to follow that condition. So condition, or you can say theorem. What is condition, or you can say what is the theorem? Theorem is, if you have m dx plus n dy is equal to 0, you can clearly see this is representing as m and this is representing as n. Condition, so this total is your m, this total is your n. So in this case, the given question looks like this, right? And we are looking for the solution. So first we have to bother about condition. Are you guys not able to listen? Condition, this is condition. Maybe my voice is not clear up to you. This is condition, I am saying condition. Okay, m dx and dy. Now you see here, in this part we have to apply this condition. If dou m by dou y is equal to dou n by dou x, then we say okay, our equation is exact differential equation. And once you are verified that your equation means the question is in the form of exact differential equation, then you have to remember the direct formula, means direct solution. So that solution, how will you remember? So like you remember when we have Leibniz form, in that also we have a permanent equation for the solution. In same way, when you have exact differential equation, that time also you have permanent equation for the solution. That equation is, it will look like integration m dx plus integration, now see here, terms of n, means in this term, in this is n term, terms of n not containing x, only that term you have to integrate for y, and this will be equal to c. And in the first term your condition is you have to keep your y constant. means this is your m term. So in this, here you have y, here you have y. So these two y you will treat as a constant number and you will do your simple integration here with respect to x. Plus the second part. In second part, you see here n. In this term, in n term, you only have to bother that term which contains y alone, not x. So the first term contains x, here also, here also. So first term you will leave. Second term is pure y. So only second term you will write here for integration with respect to y. Okay. So it means what? You see, this equation looks bigger. So you have two jobs. This formula will be applied if and only if you are making sure that this condition is verified. It means what? This m value, the entire value, you have to differentiate for y, and this n value you have to differentiate for x. If both the answers are matching exactly same, then only this equation will be your solution. Okay, I'll change the page. Let's do this. So when you will differentiate your m with respect to y, now see, I'm using here dou because m is the function of x, y both. That's why I'm using dou. Dou m by dou y, when you will find, it will be 2y e power x y square plus y square e power x y square into 2xy. And fortunately, same answer will come for dou n by dou x. Means already I have verified they both are equal. Once they both are equal, then you go for your final equation. In the final equation, in first bracket, you always remember y you have to keep as constant, right? So in the m answer, the total bracket you copy here, y square e power y square x plus 4x cube dx. Now in second bracket, you will copy only that term in which you don't have x term. So minus 3y square dy. This is equal to c. That's all. Job is simple now. You keep integrating and that will be your final answer. That will be nothing but if you integrate this part. So here you have to treat y square as constant. So here also y square will be as a constant. So your answer will come as this y square I'm leaving as it is into, whenever you differentiate e power ax plus b format, always remember your answer will come e power ax plus b as it is and 1 by a also, the coefficient of a. So here I'm integrating with respect to x, so y square will behave like a constant. So the answer will come y square x as it is, but I will divide by y square, so these two term will get cancelled, plus 4x cube by 4, so this 4 will get cancelled, plus now come to this part, minus 3 is here, so y power 3 by 3 will come. So is equal to, you can see a lot of things are being cancelled out and we are getting a simplified equation which looks like e power xy square plus x power 4 minus y cube is equal to constant. So this equation is, this final equation is your answer. Now we'll take one more question on this. Okay, I'll change the page. Take down the question. Now you see, suppose I am taking example 1 plus 2xy cos x square. Now here you see, where is the square? It is not cos square x, it is cos x square. In last class I have explained what is the difference. 2xy, close the bracket, you got dx here, plus new bracket sin x square minus x square dy is equal to 0. Now you can see here, again you can see xy, they are separate also, and we have dx separate. So in GATE exam, if this kind of question will come, so more probable chances, one thing is very clear, we cannot separate the variable because it is very complicated. So it's better to check whether it is pointing us for the exact differential equation or not. So for that purpose, you consider this total as m and this total as n, x square, that is x square. Here also x square, here also x square, here also x square. So consider this as m, this as n, and let's perform this part. Dou m by dou y is equal to dou n by dou x, whether these two are coming same or not. So if you will differentiate this guy, means dou m by dou y, let's find out dou m by dou y. So it will be like 2x cos x square minus 2x, and when you will be finding out dou n by dou x, that will also be exactly same. So because this question I have taken under this example, so of course they have to be same. After that, once we are clear that okay, if they are equal, it means the given equation is exact differential equation. So we can directly go for the final solution. The final solution is integration. Remember, in this part you have to do m dx, but you have to keep yh constant. Yes Pratik, ask your doubt. किसका? You are confused with this differentiation? Okay, I'll explain. See. Okay, you are confused with this. I will explain this, how to differentiate sine x square. You see how to differentiate. It is very easy. Always remember, you can apply chain rule here. What is chain rule here? See, whenever you have to differentiate sine something, okay, so first you differentiate sine term. So it will be cos something, means whatever is here, same thing will come here. Now after that, this part also you differentiate again with multiplication. So in this case, you have sine square term, right? So sine first you differentiate, so it will be cos, whatever is here, same thing will come. Then whatever is here, again you differentiate that part, so 2x. So this 2x I am writing outside. Clear? Pratik, clear? Okay, now okay, very good. Now see here, don't copy this one. One more thing, suppose you have to differentiate, Pratik, this is for you. Suppose you have to differentiate log sine e power under root x square plus 1. Suppose you have to differentiate this. Okay, so see, what is chain rule? How to differentiate? It is like a chain. First you differentiate the log. Yes Ashwin, go, no problem. Now you see, first you differentiate for log. So log ax plus b, apply this concept. How do we differentiate? Whenever we differentiate log ax plus b, it comes as 1 by ax plus b. No problem Ashwin, the remaining part you can watch on YouTube, no problem. You see here, this ax, the coefficient of a you can apply here, a by ax plus b, right? So this will be your answer. So currently, my point is, whatever is in front of log, everything will go 1 by, means 1 by sine e power under root x square plus 1. Okay, now it means what? After log, whatever was present, that came here. So multiply and differentiate this guy again. It means what? We are going to differentiate how much? Sine e power under root x square plus 1. But because we are enough young now, so no need to give these kind of simple symbols in every step. So what do? We keep on writing the answers. Means in one, first you write 1 by sine e power under root x square plus 1, and then into, right? Then into. Direct write the differentiation answer of this. So again you understand, sine is there, so sine, first you differentiate the sine, so it will be cos, and whatever is here next to the cos, e power root x square plus 1, that will come as it is. Okay, so cos, not x here, cos e power under root x square plus 1 will come as it is. After that, again after the cos, whatever is coming, that you differentiate, so put into. So again for that you have new rule, e power something, when you differentiate, answer comes the same, e power something, right? So you go for e power under root x square plus 1 as it is. Again whatever is e power x, this is under root x square plus 1, again put multiplication and differentiate that part. So in last class I told you, if you have root x for the integration, direct answer 1 by 2 root x comes into picture, right? 1 by 2 root x. So here also it will be like 1 by 2 root x square plus 1. Now inside, so root is differentiated now. So now what is inside the root? So x square plus 1 is inside the root. So again put multiply sign and again differentiate x square plus 1. So answer will be 2x. So this chain is coming into picture. So that's why this kind of generation is called chain rule. Okay. In last class, by mistake I said u v w, I was differentiating and I said UVW is chain rule, but it is product. Okay, it is not chain rule, it is product rule. Chain rule is this. Okay, but once the video is done, I cannot edit on YouTube, so that's why. Fine. So now I'll go back to the previous page. That's all. We are satisfied. Dou m by dou y and dou n by dou x, they are coming equal. So it means we can apply the formula. So according to the formula, we have this part, right? So let's write the part properly. Integration. Now if you are copying the integration part, then you have to copy smartly. No need to copy again and again. Just directly copy the only one thing. M part you copy as it is completely. That is 1 plus 2xy cos x square minus 2xy. This is your dx part. Then after that you have to put plus, and then you have to select only that term where y is only pure y is present. X term you don't have to consider. But fortunately this question is easy because here also you have x term, here also you have x term. So this term will vanish. So our answer will come only in this term. So you also put plus constant, right? So when you will differentiate this, the final answer will look like this. X plus y sine x square minus y x square is equal to constant. This will be your final answer. Copy down. Now we have some more concepts like equation reducible to exact. Yes. Ask your doubt. No, you're not audible. Pratik, you're not audible. I think network issue in Bangalore. That's why I say come to Chennai. There is no network problem. You are facing network problem in Bangalore? Seriously? Come to Chennai. Here we have very good Wi-Fi. Okay, let's start. So now guys, I'm going to explain if you have equation but you have more order in the equation, that we say we have equation of first order but with higher degree. Sorry, not the order more, with higher degree. Like I will change the page. So you write here equation with one order and higher degree. One order and higher degree. What is one order? First order, sometimes you say first order, means only dy by dx will be there. And higher degree means you can have dy by dx, of course, but with 2. So degree will increase. Or dy by dx but with 3. So degree will increase. So actually you may have these kind of questions also where you have higher order. In that case, just for the simplification, we consider dy by dx is equal to p. So if anywhere dy by dx whole square is coming, so you will write as p square. So like this we have to consider. So these kind of questions, how to tackle, they are actually very simple, very simple. They don't need any extra theorem or advantage. It is simply based on your own IQ. We can do this very easily. One question I will take so that you can be comfortable. I will change the page. See here. Suppose just an example. These kind of questions are actually tricky and very easy. dy by dx minus dx by dy is equal to x by y minus y by x. Now you see this question. In this question, you can clearly see here you have dy by dx and here you have opposite. So if you consider this as p, then of course this is going to be 1 by p. So when you will simplify the equation, then p square term will come automatically. So p square term means your order is more. Sorry, your degree is more. So we have to make some changes in the question. What kind of possible changes, so that we can grow in the solution part very smoothly. Otherwise, if you will mess with the question, if you don't have proper practice, you may mess with your own solution. Okay, so I am considering this part as p, so this part will be automatically 1 by p. So I can write my equation as p minus 1 by p is equal to x by y as it is, y by x as it is. After that I will copy, multiply here, p square minus 1 by p, simple. And this p you can send here, so don't write this p down, just multiply this p here, so it will be, and take left side, so you can say minus p times x by y minus y by x is equal to 0. Now this minus 1 you can write here also, so now it looks like a quadratic equation. Anyway, you understand, if you just consider this as a quadratic equation, then in the quadratic equation also we have some formats. Now we have to solve this part. Very easy. You can do factorization. After factorizing these two, you will be getting like this. I'll change the page. Or it's better, I can write here itself. Factorization, you should know how to do factorization. Okay, you see here, you just simply break them as p plus y by x, p minus x by y is equal to 0. If you multiply them, you will be getting same answer. Now in this, you may be knowing these kind of solutions. How do we do? Suppose you have x plus a and x minus b is equal to 0. One time you put this bracket, it is equal to 0, so x will be minus a, and then you put this is equal to 0, so x will be b. In same way, this bracket you put p plus y by x is equal to 0, so your p will be equal to minus y by x. In same way, this bracket p minus y by x, you put it is equal to 0, so p is equal to x by y. So now we got two different equations, and we know the meaning of every equation. In every equation, this p is dy by dx. So take this equation, so it will be dy by dx is equal to minus y by x. So now you apply variable separable method here. So that's what I said. It is not having any hard and fast rule. It is based on your IQ. Like if you are good in differential equation, you can crack this. This dx, and you send here this y, you send here. So this equation will look like dy by y plus dx by x is equal to 0. Okay, and then you can write in terms of log. This part we can write in terms of log. Then in same way we'll be taking one more equation. I hope I'm not doing any mistake. So this will be your log y, this will be your log x, and you can say there will be any constant after integration. Then log and log you can take together, and some kind of constant number will come. So you add both, so it will be log yx, because you know when they are added we can multiply yx. Now this constant also you can consider as any log constant. Okay, so then you can say your xy is equal to constant. Now this part, what you are getting here, this is the equation which I am getting after solving this part, means after solving this part. Okay, now this part is remaining to solve. So when you will solve this part, again you can go in same way, you just try. So you'll be getting x square minus y square is equal to constant as your answer, if you consider this part. Okay, now I will give you one more question, but that is also of higher order. I'm just giving you here that question, you will try by yourself. Copy down. Okay, I'll change the page. Okay. Actually, solution is like it depends what kind of question we are getting. Suppose here you have two order, right, Vedant? So you are getting different solution. If your order will increase, number of solutions will increase. Okay. So copy down this question, try by yourself. You should land to this option. If you will not be getting answer, ask me on WhatsApp. I will give you the solution. Okay, only CL students, not for YouTube viewers. Okay. And guys, start solving. Many students, they have started solving drive questions, and some students, they have solved 150 plus questions from drive. Now sometime they are asking also doubts also they are asking, so you guys also start solving. Okay, now we'll start in this like whatever we have done. You see, when they are asking order 1 but more degree, that time you should be ready with kind of basic algebra, because basic algebra will hit you. In basic algebra you may have some kind of trouble, like cubic equation. You may lag in cubic equation. Maybe you have trouble somewhere where suddenly if no, it is cos. It is cos. In final answer we are getting cos. This is cos here, cos. Okay. Now you see here, sometimes they ask a question which will be based on the application of differential equation in GATE exam. That will be based on application of differential equation. It means what? You already know that how to solve differential equation. Now there will be a question given, that will be a theoretical question, and that theoretical question data, if you will analyze, then when you will convert that data into mathematics, then it will make a differential equation. Okay, so after getting a differential equation, you should know how to solve the differential equation. So we will understand a differential equation of first order. In that you have lot of types of examples, but all examples we will not do here. I'll change the page. Now you see some popular examples, like when we used to find out our radius of curvature concept. That time we used to, like, just I'm just saying that, okay, what are the things are there under this kind of. So what is heading here? First you take down the heading. Now your heading is application of differential equation, but only of first order, So like radius of curvature, when you are finding out that application, where do we use? So you just take roughly radius of curvature, and we also calculate tangent using this. We also find out like shape of reflector of light, because it is also similar to radius of curvature. Like there are so many other examples. Where do we go and we can do that? Orthogonal trajectories are also based on one kind of application, like, but those things we are not going to cover, especially for the GATE exam, so we are totally skipping this. Now there are so many physical problems also. Where do we apply our this thing? But only one problem I will discuss here. That kind of problem they have asked in GATE exam. That's why I'm giving more focus to that problem. So take down that problem. It is like you might have heard, or if you have gone through the previous question paper, like in 11th 12th class, we used to have the cone, the volume of the cone. If the height of the cone is changing with this speed, then with what speed or with what rate the volume will be changing. So these kind of small questions are there. So application purpose, you can do one thing. You just whenever you have some time, either you go and solve previous year question properly, but if you have more time, then you also do one more thing. You go to your 11th 12th class mathematics, and there you have NCERT book, right? In NCERT book there is chapter application of derivatives. Okay, so in application of derivatives, cone problem and cylinder problem, these two types of 2-3 problems are there. you solve that problem. In the same application of application of derivatives, you have one more type of problem. Like they will say that like there is a test tube. In the test tube, some insects are there, they are changing their population. Like these kind of problems are also there, so they are also based on this. And why I'm saying to do this, actually this is extra part, you can skip this. You just go to GATE the drive course and you solve everything from drive. That is sufficient. Okay, but still if you have a lot of time, you can also go for this NCERT page. Okay, and NCERT, for NCERT you can follow any YouTube channel. There are so many people, they have solved NCERT problems, right? So you just write a search like this, application of derivatives NCERT, like that. So many playlists will come, so many people will come, so you can follow any people. Okay, just 4 to 5 problems if you will solve, that portion will be enough. Or if you don't have much time, then directly go for the previous year question paper, that is sufficient. Now let's solve one question, because that is important now. We have Newton's law of cooling and heat flow. These two problems are very, very important. So we will discuss that part here. Newton's law of cooling and heat flow, because that is the application of differential equation. I'll change the page, take down. Under the application, I am taking Newton's law of cooling. From my side, Newton's law of cooling, because it is very popular example, so that's why they may ask in GATE exam. So first of all, we should know what is this law. So according to this law, the temperature of a body changes at a rate which is proportional to the difference in the temperature between that of the surrounding medium and that of the body itself. The equation looks like d theta by dt is equal to minus k theta minus theta naught. So in this, body is losing temperature because heat is going outside. If you consider atmosphere is at low temperature, so your theta naught is temperature of surrounding and theta is body temperature, and this d theta by dt is the rate of change of the body temperature. Now with respect to this, we can make one numerical. They can also ask a numerical in GATE exam based on this, because it is very, very popular equation, Newton's law of cooling. Okay, very popular example. In same way, we have heat flow also. Heat flow is very, very popular equation. Based on that also they can ask like radioactive decay is also there, right? That is also very, very important. I will change the page. So take one example, and this example will be based on Newton's law of cooling. Suppose a body originally at 80 degrees Celsius cools down to 60 degrees Celsius in 20 minutes, comma, the temperature of the air being 40 degrees Celsius, what will be the temperature of the body after 40 minutes from the original. So see here, in this equation of Newton's law, because body is losing the temperature, so body is being cooled down, so you understand there was an equation given d theta by dt we call as Newton's law of cooling. So in this you had minus k theta minus theta naught. Okay, this k will be changing in every question. K is kind of constant. It depends on what kind of body is there and what kind of medium we are considering. So k will be depending on that. K is not any universal constant. Okay, it will keep on changing with the question. So we know theta is the body temperature, theta naught is the surrounding temperature. So you see, here is the condition. A body originally at 80 degrees Celsius cools down to 60 degrees Celsius. Body is cooling down. It means body is losing the heat. Temperature is decreasing. But this has happened in 20 minutes. Okay. So the temperature of the air is being 40 degrees Celsius. You get my point. You have a body here. This body original temperature was 80 degrees Celsius. Okay. And nearby you have air. So air is colder than the object. That's why object is losing heat to the air. But the air is at 40 degrees Celsius. Okay, so bodies keep on losing the heat, and it is the 80 degree is keep on decreasing. It is being 60. It can also decrease and it become 40, the temperature of the air. But we have to solve the numerical only up to 40, only up to 60. That it has happened. Now what will be the temperature of the body after 40 minutes from the original? I hope it's clear what is going on in the question. I will change the page. I'll explain the question again. You have a body. This body is at 80 degrees Celsius in the beginning. Okay, now we are considering that the body is surrounded by air. So this air is at 40 degrees Celsius. So of course there is a temperature difference. So because of that the body will lose heat. Because of that body will cool down. Okay, so this is the initial temperature of body. So in the equation, what is d theta by dt? This is saying you that how fast the body is losing the temperature, the rate of change of temperature, right? And what is this 40? This is the constant surrounding temperature. So after C, you have equation d theta by dt is equal to minus k times this theta minus 40. In this equation, you have to fill all the variables. But there is 20-minute given. It means what? It will be better because they're asking time, that after how much time body will come. They are saying that after 40 minutes, what will be the new temperature of the body? It means what? With the help of this equation, this is a differential equation. This is not the solution of the differential equation. So what is our job? Solve this equation. So we are going to solve this differential equation. That's why this comes under this chapter. We are going to solve this equation. Let's solve the equation. So variable separable method we can apply here. This theta we can take left side, and this t we can send right side. So it will look like d theta divided by theta minus 40 integration, right, is equal to minus k and integration dt. So we can do in next step. This will be log theta minus 40 and is equal to minus this side kt. And always remember, whenever log comes na, always you should have constant in terms of log. Okay, now you see we got an equation. In this equation almost everything is mentioned properly. We have body temperature. Now you see we have to we can solve this equation more further. How can we solve this equation more further? You see, this log here is log, here is log. I can combine both the logs, and you know how to combine both the logs. I can send that log that side, then it will give me like this log I can send right side, then this will give me the subtraction part, and this kt I can figure out. Like let me explain what I'm saying. You do in this way. I'll change the page, or I will write here. I will erase this part so that it can be visible properly. Okay. The theta minus 40 is theta naught value. 40 is theta naught value. This is 40 here. Okay, now so when you will take this side, it will be like theta minus 40 is equal to, time is t here, na? This is the time t. Theta minus 40 is equal to c e power minus kt. Now you see, in this equation, this theta is the body temperature, and already surrounding temperature I have taken 40. This c and this k is there. This k is there. Time it will be given every time. Now let's see, like I said in the very first day of the class, I said the differential equation solution, when you are finding out, that solution can't be the exact until and unless your initial values are not given, correct? So right now you have a solution, but this solution is not the correct solution because this is kind of general solution. But in this question, initial values are given. It is given that when time was 0, originally it is mentioned, that time your body temperature was 80 degrees Celsius, and when time became, I mean after 20 minutes, you got your new body temperature that was 60 degree. So you can see here, for this value of theta and t, you will find one equation, and for this value of theta and t, you will find one equation, and after that you can calculate the value of constants. In this equation we have two constants, one is c here, one is k here. Okay, so substitute these values here. So I'm using this concept here. Once you know the suppose you what we have to find out, we have to find out that after, what is the main question is, after t is equal to 40 minutes, what will be your theta value? This is what we are looking for. So if I will substitute this t value here in the equation, can I find the theta value? No, because c and k are unknown. That's why to find out c and k, I will be using these two values. Okay, so what is your job? You keep substituting the values. So when you will substitute the value, you will be getting c is equal to 40 and k is equal to 1 by 20 log 2. Means substitute this value, this time value here and this theta value here. You will be getting one equation, again theta value here and time value here. You will be getting one more equation, solve both the equations, you will be getting c value here and k value here. Yes, ln means not based in base e. My point is base e. Okay, this much is done. After getting all these things, then in the last, when you will be getting a fresh equation where you will be substituting c value this much and time value this much, then you have to substitute t is equal to 40 and you will be getting your theta value as 50 degrees Celsius. 50 degrees Celsius. Okay. So if this kind of question is coming in GATE exam, this question will be a little bit lengthy, but like if you have practiced one time, then it will be easy for you. You will be knowing the procedure. Then we'll take one more example of heat flow. Heat flow also is very important. Actually, these kind of questions they ask. Yes, Pratik, ask you out. Okay. That solution actually, this is a different class. So that solution is kind of like discussing something else. So after class, I will explain you how to solve these equations after putting c value and k value. Okay, Pratik? Okay. I will change the page because it is kind of personal doubt. So if I take right now itself, other students will get bored. I will change the page. Now you see. Take the new application that is called heat flow. Now, whenever there is a heat flow, same thing. Again, you have to consider one equation. That equation will describe, okay, what is like how the heat flow is going. So in case of heat flow, you just note down, I mean, no need to note down something, you just listen. First thing, whenever heat is flowing, it will always flow from high object, from high temperature to low temperature. Okay, and we also know that whenever heat flows, it will be having a formula like Q is equal to mc delta T. You remember I have explained all these things in thermodynamics very well, right? And whenever heat is flowing through a area, suppose you have a pipe here. And in this pipe you have inner and outer surface. So only in this much thickness material is present, and the red portion is hollow portion. Something can flow inside that. So suppose like we have our nozzle, right? Suppose we have our subsonic nozzle. So in this nozzle, you see this much thickness. So the hot gases will come from the combustion chamber after turbine. So those hot gases will will come here at the inlet, right? So from here also you will be having heat loss when gases are here. Here also you'll be having heat loss when gases are here. Here also you'll be having heat loss when gases are here. Also you'll be having heat loss. So on the way you'll be having heat loss. Correct? Heat will be continuously flowing from the surface. So from here to here. So for that kind of condition, first we should know that these kind of heat flow, how do we tackle and what is the equation there? Okay, so first I will write down the equation. So you take down the statement. If Q in the bracket you write calorie per second. It means how fast the heat is flowing. If Q be the quantity of the heat that flows across a slab of an area, suppose alpha, this alpha centimeter square, and thickness del x in 1 second. In 1 second, where this del T, capital T, is temperature difference. Which one you want to ask? This is alpha centimeter square. Alpha centimeter square. Difference at the faces. Like at this face you have some temperature, at this face you have some temperature. So I am pointing out this guy here and this guy here. So you will be having some temperature difference between both the faces. Because of that temperature difference only heat is taking place, heat flow is taking place. So with these variables I can write down my equation. So that equation I can write like this. Q is equal to minus K alpha dt by dx. Now what is dx here? This dx is thickness. This thickness. Here you have thickness dx, or you can say this thickness. Faces. Here you have dx here, here you have dx here. Means the thickness, like how thick your material is. That is your thickness. And what is K here? This K, actually it is not K, it is kappa, but simply write K for now. What is this K? K is like thermal conductivity. It will decide that how easily heat can flow, like how much conductivity is there in the material. Like you have stone, current cannot flow but heat can cross the stone. Like you have a green thing, any green part of the tree, something, heat cannot flow but current can flow. So we have heat conductivity is different and electrical current conductivity is different. Here we are talking about the like human body. In human body current can flow, heat cannot flow, right? Yes, actually this Q I have already written here, calorie per second. Like in 1 second how much heat is flowing. Okay, so this is dq. Yes, Vedant, this is dq by dt by dx. So in this dx I was explaining what is the thickness, and the K is your thermal conductivity. So take down here, your K is thermal conductivity. Suddenly it seems like I'm taking thermodynamics, but it's okay. It is important because differential equation is a like it is really important for GATE exam. I will change the page. So this, with the help of this formula we can solve equation. Condition is same. See, this is a differential equation. First of all, keep in mind any differential equation is not the general equation. Okay, differential equation you have to solve, then you will be getting a general solution, but that solution will be different for a particular problem. So you should have the initial value or boundary value problems. Okay, I mean the data, then only we can get the exact. For example, like in last question what did we do? In last question they said that body was at 80 degrees Celsius. Then in certain time body cooled down at 60 degrees Celsius. Then they asked in 40 minutes what will be new temperature. So you see, this was the initial data given and this was one more data given. So with the help of these two data, we found our exact answer that after 40 minutes what will be the. Now same kind of things happens in physics. See, get my point. Suppose there is a popular any popular scientist, because I have less idea, so I will not take any name. It may be some disrespect for someone. Actually, suppose there is any popular scientist. That popular scientist is working on any kind of theoretical physics. For example, someone is someone from us is working on black hole in future. Okay, so based on the physical behavior of black hole, you will make a differential equation. Okay, now some mathematicians are required, or if you yourself is a good mathematician, then you will solve that differential equation, right? Solving differential equation is not anyone's cup of tea. It is a tough job. So someone will solve differential equation. Being a physical theoretical physicist, you should be better in this thing. So you will solve down that differential equation. This differential equation has come to this format from your own thought process. Okay, whatever black hole or something you have analyzed the nature, that nature, with the help of that nature you will generalize the equation. That equation will be in differential equation form. That differential equation you will solve. So first challenge is, are you solving the differential equation correctly? That is the first challenge, because till now whatever differential equations are available in the market, those differential equations are taken by someone. So someone have solved them completely and we are solving those differential equations only for the practice purpose. But when you will be a scientist, if you are solving any differential equation, then that will be a new differential equation. Get my point? So you have to solve that. After solving differential equation, that will be the solution of differential equation. Now get my point. In that solution, some c will come, some constant k will come, some constant a, b, like these constants will come. Now because we have not seen black hole, because we don't have any data of the black hole, so we can never say that in this equation what are the terms, like we cannot analyze that after 1000 years what will be the behavior of black hole. But if we will be having any initial data, for that purpose we are sending our telescope so that we can collect some data and we can solve some equations and we can have some rough data, some rough idea about the future, right? So actually all these constants what you are getting, all these constants are representing either any physical phenomena or any physical property. For example, in this equation, just now we have got, right, theta minus 40 is equal to some c e power minus kt. Now in this equation, this c will be representing some property. Either this property will be of air or this property will be of the body itself. In same way k also. So this is how it works. This is how we are connected, like all the math and physics and everything is connected with the help of differential equation. Okay, now we'll take one example for the heat flow. Example, take down a pipe 20 centimeter in diameter contains steam at 150 degrees Celsius and is protected with a covering 5 centimeter thick, for which the K value, what I said as thermal conductivity, is given 0.0025 full stop. If the temperature of the outer surface of the covering is 40 degrees Celsius, find the temperature halfway through the through the covering under steady state condition. What is steady state condition? We have already discussed in thermodynamics, no need to discuss here again. First you covered on the question, I will explain the question. Pipe of 20 centimeter diameter contains stream at 150 degrees Celsius, 150 degrees Celsius, and is protected with a covering of 5 centimeter thick. So guys, thickness is there. Okay, in the covering we have some thickness. It means we can draw a rough diagram like this is a pipe and covering. This is the pipe and over that we have some covering here, right? So area between the red color and the white, the black color, that red shaded area, this will be the material of the covering material. Okay, so that material for which the K value, that is conductivity, is given as 0.0025. okay, if the temperature of the outer surface, means the outside surface, is 40 degrees Celsius, find the temperature halfway through the covering under the steady state. Means what? I'll change the page. Meaning is, if this is the, suppose this is the pipe, suppose this is the hollow pipe, just imagine that in this only the fluid is flowing, Now they are saying exactly at the halfway, means exactly here, what will be your temperature? Why is it so? Because see, exactly at the entrance, you have temperature 150 degrees Celsius. Now everywhere you will be having temperature 150 degrees Celsius in the fluid, but heat is flowing like this. Okay, so at this surface the fluid is in touch, so temperature is 150 degrees Celsius, and at the outer surface atmosphere is in touch, or you say the temperature which is given as 40 degrees Celsius. This temperature is 40 degrees Celsius. It means what? You can see when heat will flow, then definitely your temperature is keep on decreasing. So exactly in the halfway means exactly here at the half diameter, I mean the half radius. Suppose this radius is, total radius is r, so exactly the radius at r by 2. What will be your temperature? I hope you are getting the question. Like here you have 40, here you have 150, so exactly here halfway, what will be the temperature? So it means already we know that this is based on some change. So whenever there is a change, there is differential equation. Whenever there is change, there is differential equation. In last class already I told you that whatever experience we do in our daily life, those changes are either based on time or they are based on distance. Mostly I'm saying mostly, not only these two, mostly. So if there is a change, there is differential equation. What is the meaning of differential equation? For example, ds by dt, it is a rate of change of distance with respect to time. So anyway, differential coefficient is, differential parts are coming, so differential equation. Okay, so q is equal to minus k. Now we have the equation that makes sense, like alpha dt by x, but in that alpha I told you that this alpha is the area. Okay, so area at the section where we are looking for the temperature. Get my point? We have to consider thickness as 1. So you can make change like this. For the area, this alpha you have to bother which alpha we are talking. So for that you take like this. Q is already a constant quantity because steady word star is mentioned. So heat flow will not change with time because it is given as steady. Now we will consider this as unit length. So you try to understand, in this tube I will cut only this much portion. Here you have radius which is at any distance. Let's consider x distance. At x distance you have any radius. So at that radius, for unit length, if I will go into the tube and this portion if I will cut out and if I will draw this portion, then you get my point. From this surface, it is a curved surface. From this surface, how much temperature is maintained at this surface? How much temperature is maintained at this surface? That we have to, because see, outside at every point you have 40 degrees Celsius. Inside at every point you have 150 Celsius. In same way, I am taking a cross section out. In that cross section at every point on the surface, I have to find out temperature. So that area we have to consider. So that area is nothing but radius is x. So you know what is the area of the cylinder? That is nothing but 2 pi RH. So this h is nothing but height of the cylinder. I have considered 1 unit, and this radius I am considering as x. So this alpha I will replace as 2 pi x, right? So the Q equation I can write finally as minus k 2 pi x and temperature gradient dt by dx. If you are confused what is temperature gradient, already I have explained in aerodynamics video, thermodynamics video, and many places, or I have also made one video I will attach after this playlist. You can watch that temperature gradient. Okay, so we'll use this equation. I'll change the page. You see here, if you are using the equation Q is equal to minus k 2 pi x into capital dt by small dx, from here I will shuffle the equation. So dt is equal to minus q by 2 pi k into dx by x, means I am combining dx by x together. Okay, so this gives me hint that let's integrate. So I'll be getting that t is equal to minus 2q 2 pi k into log of, or you simply say ln x. Okay, x means the radius, ln x, plus one constant will come. Now you can see in this equation again I have two different constants. One is k here and one is c here. Okay, so values of x are mentioned. Values of x are mentioned. So diameter of the pipe was 20, correct? So if I have this kind of diagram, this is inner and outer. So exactly at x is equal to 20, I have temperature 150, and exactly at x is equal to 25, because thickness is of 25, thickness is of 5. So you will add thickness 5 also in that. Oh sorry, diameter is 20 na, but diameter is 20, thickness is 5. You have to bother about the x location. X location. So I hope it's clear what I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to say, find out for which value of x what is temperature. So that value of x I will substitute here, and that temperature I will substitute here. Q value is already mentioned. Almost done. I will find out k value and c value. Now again, some students may feel difficulty how to solve the equation. So that is their personal issues. I will explain after the class. Okay. So let's understand the x and t limits together. K value is given. Okay, k value is given. So we'll do one thing. If k value is given 0.0025. Yes, of course you are right. K value is given. So you can see here, t is equal to 150. We can consider when x is equal to 10. Yes, only c value you have to find out. Very good. When x is equal to 10. So if I substitute these two values in our main equation, very good. Then no need to bother about k also. Then question became more simple. Q by 2 pi k. Oh, but q value is not given. Q value is not given, right? So this time Q became another parameter to find out. Q value is not given. Anyway, into this log 15, ln 15. This log is natural log ln and plus constant. Of course, this K value is given, but this Q and this C is not given. No, actually, I am considering my x from the center. So it is going to be a radius. Okay, so this is clear here. Done. With this equation, we can develop no 150. Temperature was 150. Temperature was 150. Then again, now in this thickness you add, then you will be coming to outer side. So at outer side you have temperature 40. Where? For x is equal to 15. This 15 is nothing but 10 plus 5. This 10 is the radius and 5 is the thickness. Yes, 10 will be here. 10 will be here. Yes, 10. Okay. And then you put the constant here. Sorry, I mean, now we have to use these two limits. So you will be writing I'm substituting the value minus q by 2 pi k ln of 15 plus constant, and the previous was 150 is equal to minus q by 2 pi k ln of 10 plus c. Okay. What can we do? This is this was your equation 1, this was your equation 2. There are so many ways to solve the equation. Solve the equation and get the value of q and something, or no need to bother, directly you consider this because this total has to come every time. This total will be appearing in all the equations, so this total you consider as a constant, this total, because no need to solve 2 pi and k and q values, no need to solve. You consider this total as a new constant, any constant you consider, like m you consider. Okay, so like this equation you should consider as 10 is equal to m ln 15 plus c, and 150 is this equation I'm writing now. 150 is equal to m ln 10 plus c. So now these two equations you solve and you find out the value of m, because value of m will be coming in almost every equation. Then they are asking what will be temperature T, I mean T value, what will be T value when your x is midway. Midway means 10 is the radius, inner radius, plus 2.5 extra means 12.5. For this 12.5 you have to find out your T value. So for that m value should be known and c value also should be known, right? So that's all. You find out the T value, and the T value should be, your answer should come as 89.5 degrees Celsius. Solve that and get the answer. Now there is another popular topic. Yes, ask your doubt. See area, which area you have to take? Area, yes, I'll explain no doubt. Area through which your heat is going out. The area everywhere. Area from where your heat is going out, right? So that is your 1 unit distance I have considered. So this area of cylinder is nothing but 2 pi RH. Okay, so this r I have considered as x distance, the radius, and h is means this one. So area of cylinder is 2 pi RH. So let h is 1, r is x, so 2 pi x I have kept. Yes, Vedant, take down. Now there is one more problem that is based on change in the population of the atoms, like atoms are combining and giving new atoms. Like you might have heard these kind of radioactive materials, we get alpha, beta, gamma, these kind of radiations outside. So one type of material will convert into other type of material. I mean atoms will convert to another type of metal, like uranium changes, these kind of, some disintegration happens. So that kind of situation is again there. So I'm not going to take in the live class here. That is sufficient, because this much whatever I have explained, same kind of changes happens. Actually in every, I'll change the page. Actually see what happens. In every change there is a physics involved. Okay. So that physics is studied by someone. So they will give you the equation. Their equation will be in differential form. What is your job in this chapter as a mathematician? You have to solve that integration problem with the help of given initial values or boundary conditions, right? Like here in the pipe flow, boundary condition was given, like at the initial surface, at the initial boundary, temperature was 150, outer side temperature was 110, right? These kind of answers will be given, I mean data will be given. So the radioactive decay and chemical reaction, these two parts I am not explaining in live class. I will give you the PDF, that is sufficient. If you'll be having doubt in the PDF, you can ask, because I am considering that is not much mandatory. You can do by self-study. Now we'll jump to a new topic. Just a minute, I am going to the new topic. I am going to the new topic where I'll be taking linear differential equation, but your order will be different. in linear equation you can have different orders. Like just now we have done a question where there we had more degree. Order was single, but degree was more. So in this, you understand one thing. Your heading is linear differential equation. So because your differential equation is linear, so we will only change the order of the equation. For example, if d by dx will come, I will call that as d. And if d2y by dx is not y, if d2 by dx square will come, I will call this as d square. So these kind of changes I will make. One more popular term is if d3 by dx cube will come, I will call this as d cube. Now, see in now whatever type I am going to discuss, in that it will be little lengthy. We have two types of solution in these kind of equations. So there is something called complete solution. Complete solution of these kind of differential equations. They will be of two types. One we say CF and one we say PI. The CF we call as complementary function and PI we call as particular integral. They both are one type of solutions. So CF is known as complementary function and PI is known as particular integral. Okay guys, so complementary function and particular integral. So first I will give you some list, like how will you calculate complementary function, and once you will master in complementary function, then I will give you how to find out particular integral. That's all. And in GATE exam sometimes they only ask complementary function, sometimes they only ask particular integral. Particular, this is particular, P-E-R-T-I-C-U-L-A-R, particular integral. And then you have, sometimes they can ask the complete solution. Sometimes what happens, they give you differential equation and they say which of the following is the correct solution. So in that case, that can be only complementary function or that can be only particular integral, CF or PI. So just be habitual for these two words, CF and PI, CF and PI, CF and PI. Okay, so first we'll understand CF and then later we'll understand PI. So let's understand how this works. Okay, so just an example, like how we are going to grow in this chapter. Any equation will be given like this, like 2y by d2y by dx square plus 2 dy by dx minus 3y. Suppose this is given. So if this is given, then crop this much. So this you can write as capital D square, correct, with y. Then crop this much. Then this you can write 2 dy minus 3y. Okay, then you can clearly see in every term y is present, y you can take common. So this will be d square plus 2d minus 3 into y. Okay, now this we have to perform this kind of operation in every question. Now when you will be landing to this part itself, no, I'm not putting any zero here now, because you can put zero also and you can put some functions also. If you are putting any zero, then it means for this equation only complementary function is possible. If you are putting any function of sin x, cos x or something else, then or any constant, it means complementary function as well as particular integral, both are possible. Okay, right now I'm not putting anything here. I have to explain something else here. So guys, when you only bother about the left side first. In the left side you will be having these kind of figure. Now in this part what you are seeing here, this is very, very important. This will give you the complementary function. We have to understand how will this give. So now see, because you can see here it is a quadratic equation. So this quadratic equation, what you are seeing here, this quadratic equation I will put to 0, and after putting to 0 I will call that as auxiliary equation. Get my point? When this equation you will put d square plus 2d minus 3 is equal to 0. This 0 I am putting because of the method. So when I'm putting 0 here, then this whatever new thing is written, this I will call as auxiliary equation. In short, you say AE. AE means aerospace engineering. Okay. or aeronautical engineering. Now don't say that automobile engineering is also. No, we are aerospace engineers. AE means aerospace. Aerospace engineering. It is not automobile engineering, okay? Never. Never. Only aerospace engineering. Okay. This is proud for us. And you know what is the best part of AE? AEIOU. We have chosen our branch by first two branded vowels. We didn't go for remaining three. I will change the page. So let's understand what kind of cases are possible. It is based on the equation. So case 1. Okay, but you write first like this. After reaching to auxiliary equation, we have 4 popular cases. So in that you write case 1. Okay. Case 1 is very similar. Case 1 will look like, if all the roots be real and different. Which root I am talking? For the auxiliary equation. We have auxiliary equation. For that auxiliary equation, we have d square something. So I will be finding out d values. So after finding out d values, my roots can be any type. They can be imaginary, they can be real, they can be, both can be same real, both can be different real. So in that case, so if you are having roots, they all are real and they all are different also. In that case, we have to give names of the roots. Different. We have to give names of the roots. So you can say, example, suppose you are finding out d value as m1, m comma, m3, like dot mn, like so many roots we are getting. So now after getting all these roots, we have to find out solution. So you will be having solution. What kind of solution will be having? Y is equal to, you will put any constant number here. You can have c1 e power m1x. You see, plus c2 e power m2x plus c3 e power m3x plus dot dot. So right now what you are seeing here, this is your direct solution when you have that kind of root. Okay, now there is a case that roots are equal. We are getting only, now I'm going to discuss standard case. The case 2 is going to be your standard case. Now special case where 2 roots, 2 real roots, 2 real and equal roots, 2 real and equal means m1 is equal to m2, only 2 roots we are getting. In that case, your solution you should remember like this. Y will look like exactly purely c1 x plus c2 e power m1 x, because m1 m2 they are same, so you can say simple m, anything, you can get my point. This c1 is with x but c2 is without x. Okay, and e power m1x is coming. Okay, in previous solution you see here how answer is coming. In case 1 to case 2, only one thing is simplified. We are bothering about only 2 roots, right? If you are having multiple roots, then you have this one. If you are having only 2 roots and they both are real, then you have this one. If you are having 3 roots, 4 roots, then you follow this one. Right, Vedant? This is a general condition. Case 1 is a general condition. Yes. Does not matter. You can fix here. You can put here. This is a general condition. Correct? This general condition, because see, m1 is different for you, but if you are putting m1 is equal to 2, if you are putting m2 is equal to 2, that time also this will hold good. And suppose you are having m3 is equal to 2, that time also it will hold good. Vedant, am I clear from my side? Okay. Now you see, in case of this thing, suppose you have, in case you have asked like 3 roots, then again in that also you have general form. I'll change the page. Suppose, note, because you are asking, suppose 3 equal real roots, then you remember this format. Your y will be equal to c1x square plus c2x plus c3. You can see one term got added here, right? This much is similar, and e power your m1x. Like how many roots are same, I added them. And suppose one more case can be possible. What if, just I'm extending from my side, what if 3 roots are equal, but if you have more roots, in that more roots you have 3 roots equal and remaining are different. In that case, what will you do? So suppose like, note again, so many roots, all real, 3 equal. So in that case, this much will be as it is, like c1x square plus c2x plus c3 e power m1x. But suppose if c4 term is also, because now 4th root will also be there, in that case you follow this procedure, c4 e power m4x plus c5 e power m5x plus dot 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 dot, like you can go like that. What if, like, one more, suppose you have only 2 roots and remaining are different, remaining are real and different. So I hope you got the logic. Then what will you do? Then you will follow y is equal to c1x plus c2 e power m1x. Remaining you write like this, but it will start from c3, right? E power m3x. So then you write the 4th term also, c4 e power m4x plus dot dot dot. Actually, in this condition, I have, see here I have only 3 roots and they all are equal. M1 is equal to M2 is equal to M3. But here I have M1 is equal to M2 is equal to M3, but they are not equal to M4, they are not equal to M5, like that. In same way here also, your only M1 is equal to M2, but they are not equal to M3, they are not equal to M4, like that. I hope the concept is going well. Okay. Now, 2 conditions are okay. Now we have case 3. Now in case 3, you have imaginary root. So one pair of root will be there, and they, of course, whenever we talk about pair, 2 roots are coming directly. For example, I will change the page. Actually, what we are going, you just keep in mind, actually, whenever question will be given, we will be making auxiliary equation. That auxiliary equation, like d square something will be there. For example, it will look like ad square plus bd plus c is equal to 0. This is general form I am talking. So when you will be finding out d value, so because I am talking only about the square term, so there are 2 possibilities, right? d1 and d2, 2 roots are there. Maybe they both are m1 m2, I mean they both are real, or maybe they both are equal, like m is equal to m. Or there is one more category, that this d will look like alpha plus minus I beta. It means 2 roots are there and they are conjugate. Get my point? They are paired. It means this is both. D1 also is like alpha plus I beta. D2 also is like alpha minus I beta. You get my point? 2 roots are there. So when you are having both 2 roots are there and they both are imaginary, in that case, how to go ahead? Okay. So for that purpose, you should remember the direct solution again. Proof part I am ignoring because no need for proof part. So I am considering this is my situation, alpha plus I beta. Case 3 I am taking, case 3. In case 3, roots are alpha plus minus I beta. Roots of what? Roots of auxiliary equation. Okay. So in that case, this alpha and beta, they plays very important role. And where are they playing the role? I will explain now. Your y equation will look like e power alpha x bracket close, one constant here. Then you put cot beta x, then you put got beta x, done. So see, both are in multiplication, beta and x. Okay, then plus C2, same sine beta x. This beta x, they are in multiplication, bracket close. Suppose your auxiliary equation is of multiple order, more orders are there. Suppose cube are there or 4 are there. Then you will be getting extra roots also. Extra roots also you will be getting. In that case, extra roots terms you will add like this. C2 e power m3x, sorry, C3 e power m3x plus C4 e power m4x plus dot dot dot. Okay, but if only 2 are there, then no need to bother about this. Then you only focus on this. So mostly we get only 2 conjugate type question in GATE exam. So we get y is equal to e power alpha x c1 cos beta x plus c2 sin beta x. This x is not in suffix, this is in multiplication. Okay. Now there is chance that we have 4 roots. In that 2 are equal and remaining 2 are equal. So in that case, how will you tackle? So you will go for the same previous concept. I'll change the page. Suppose case 4 I am taking. This is not very important case. Loosely, just you take loosely. It is not important case. Suppose you have m1 root and you have m2 root. They are equal to alpha plus I beta, and you have m3 root that is equal to m4 root, and that is alpha minus I beta. It means what? You can roughly say that m1 and m3 are conjugate, means alpha plus minus I beta, and m2 and m4 are conjugate as alpha plus minus I beta. Okay, it means our quadratic equation was of power 4, right? Then only we will be getting 4 roots. I hope you don't have any problem here. In that case, what will you do? Your solution will look like e power ax bracket c1x plus c2. This one you will attach with cos beta x. So for the 2 roots, game over, plus c3x plus c4 sin beta x, game over. And after that also, in case they are having roots, then you keep writing the previous part, e power sin m5x plus c6 e power m6x. Like these are the pet answers. Okay, we will solve one differential equation, and from here you have to start your judgment. Yes, this is alpha. This is alpha. Thank you, Vedant. This is alpha actually. This is alpha. This is alpha, this is beta, this is x in multiplication. X is here also, x is here also, okay? This is C5. Beta and x is here. I don't know in which year my handwriting will improve, but I hope you will be seeing my next batch's handwriting when you will be sitting in IIT. I'll change the page. We'll take one question, and from here it will be somewhat interesting. So guys, whatever I have taught you now, in that part, first we'll discuss how to find out complementary function. So I will change the page. d2x by dt square. Yes, actually on iPad surface is very slippery. That's why you are right. Actually, see, when I try to write, I write, so if I'll focus like I, you can see I sometimes, because if I'll edge, if it will point like this, like sometimes I think it slips, but it's okay, we are able to manage. Okay, take the question. d2 is d2x by dt square plus 5 dx by, Assuming no slip condition. Very good, Pratik, student of the year. Very good. Assuming no slip condition, 5 dx by dt plus 6x is equal to 0. Actually, my longest class used to be for 3.5 hours for crash course batch in last years. Like in 3.5 hours continuously I used to speak continuously. Like and that time it used to be on whiteboard, like when I had offline classes, continuously speaking on. And meanwhile students will take break, they will go, they will have some something, but something means water, or they will go to washroom or something. I will leave the class only if I have to go for washroom, and I used to keep one glass of water near me. Rarely I used to drink that water. I am totally habitual of speaking 2.5 hours continuously with very much comfort. If my health is somewhat down, then only I take rest. Okay, take this here, d2x by dt square plus 5 dx by dt plus 6x is equal to 0. And because it is given x0 is equal to 0, dx by dt at 0 is equal to 15. These two things are given. Because these two things are given, it means we can find out our exact solution. I hope you are getting. If values are not given, then what makes difference? And if values are given, then where are we reaching? Right? Already I have explained. Let's start this question. In this question, you consider this guy as d square, this guy as d. Okay? And one more thing. When 0 is here, then complementary function itself will behave like a complete solution. Okay? And if 0 is not here, then we have to learn how to find out particular integral. Okay? Okay. So I can directly write my AE, Aerospace Engineering. How? D square x plus, actually when you are writing auxiliary equation, then no need to show the common part, you directly write the coefficient part. 5d plus 6 is equal to 0. Now in this equation, when you are finding out d value, it will come as -2 and -3. And if any student is confused and you are weak, like how to split the values and how to get the values, you directly go to Sridharacharya equation. -b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac by 2a. 4ac by 2a. Always keep this equation with you. You will never be in difficulty. Okay. So Sridharacharya equation, copy down. So we got two roots here. Get my point. They are negative roots. Don't think they are imaginary. They are negative. Negative numbers are, you can say they are real. Okay. They are real roots. So our complete solution, CS, I am saying complete solution, x is equal to C1 e power minus 2t plus C2 e power minus 3t. Done. Okay. This is my complete solution. But guys, here something is given. Why they have given that? They have given that to reach to the exact solution. How can you reach to the exact solution? I hope it's clear. Here itself our job is over. We have got the solution, but that is not the, but we have to use this and we have to reach the exact solution. Okay. So what will you do? See the condition. What are the condition given? For x is equal to 0, for, you see here bracket, the bracket value is t value. Why? Because x is the function of t this time. So that's why this is t value, this is giving 0. So for t is equal to 0 and x is equal to 0, it means what? Substitute here t, so x will be 0. It means what? C1 plus C2 is equal to 0. Clear? This is equation 1. Now next equation for derivative. So you differentiate this equation one time. So your x dash will be minus 2t, oh, sorry, not 2t, minus 2 e power minus 2t. And oh, we have to differentiate. Sorry, we have to differentiate here. So when you are differentiating, it is a constant number power this guy. It is interesting now. You tell me, how are you going to differentiate this? It is very, very interesting now. How am I getting that? You are asking, how am I getting this? See, I am putting t is equal to 0 here. So this total will be 1. Correct? So c power 1. Oh, sorry, I have written very wrong. My misprint. See here, c1 into e power minus 2t plus c2 into e power minus 3t. Now you substitute here, t is equal to 0 here, so this will be total 1. Substitute here, this is total 1, so this x is equal to 0. Now it's clear? Okay, very good. Now you have to do the differentiation part. Differentiation part, how will you do? Because you have to use the second limit also. So for that, you do like this. Differentiate this means after differentiation, first you differentiate this x dash value. How will it look like? Minus 2c1 into e power minus 2t plus, sorry, minus 3t c2 e power minus 3t. After that, you see here, this limit is also given for t is equal to 0. Yes, minus 2. This t value is also given for 0. So substitute here 0, this will be 1. Substitute here 0, this will be 1. So we are getting, and this is 15. So 15 is equal to minus 2c1 minus 3c2. So we got one equation here, one equation here. Yes, 3 will not be there. Sorry, t will not be there. My mistake. Okay. So this guy completely you can solve with this because they are two equations. So when you are solving C2 and C3, be careful because I am doing a lot of mistakes. You may do mistakes. So my C1 is coming as 15 and my C2 is coming as minus 15. So C1 and C2 is coming 15 and minus 15. Okay, this is correct. So what you have to do, substitute your C1 value here and C2 value here. That's all done. In last year 2021, they asked one question from differential equation. That question was very, very easy. And I did mistake in plus minus sign. I lost 2 marks. Okay. Now one more question you try. Suppose it is d2x by dt square plus 6 dx by dt plus 9x is equal to 0. You only find complete solution. This C is not complementary solution. It is complete solution. You have three things. CS means complete solution, complementary function, and particular integral. And in previous topic, I have taught you integrating factor. Don't be confused in all these words. Right now, we are not dealing with integrating factor. Integrating factor comes only in Leibniz and Bernoulli format. Okay, go ahead now. Solve this. So directly I am writing auxiliary equation. That is nothing but I will crop this portion, that is d square. Then I will crop this portion, that is 6d. Then I will, what is this? 9. 9 is equal to 0. Now you solve this, you will be getting two values for d. When you will solve this, d will be equal to plus minus 3. So you got two values of, sorry. You are getting minus 3 2 times. Both answers are same because this is nothing but the expansion of d plus 3 whole square. So you'll be getting d minus. So what you got? You got m1 is equal to m2 and they both are equal to minus 3. So directly your complete solution will look like y is equal to, get my point, c1x plus c2 e power mx. Now this m value you have to substitute as minus 3. But again keep in mind this answer is given in x as the function of t. So here you should write x and here you should write t. So your x is equal to c1t plus c2 e power minus 3t. This should be your right answer. Okay. That's all done. Now I will give you one question and no need to waste time. That question is very lengthy. That is not for GATE. You do one thing. Now you go to Drive and keep solving. First you have linear equation. Get my point? Whatever equations we are discussing, they are linear equations. With linear equations, we are dealing with higher order. Higher order means you can have equation with cube also. If equation is coming with cube, then it will be your next level burden. I will tell you why I am saying next level burden. I will change the page. See, suppose any question is given as d cube plus d square plus 4d plus 4 is equal to 0. Now you see, in this equation, you should know how to solve cubic equation. So you have to learn how to solve cubic equation. When you will be solving cubic equation, then you will be finding out 3 roots. So actually this equation you can break as d square plus 4 and d plus 1. After breaking this equation, this guy will give you 2 roots and this guy will give you 1 root. So from this equation you will be finding out d is equal to plus minus 2i imaginary number, and this will be giving you minus 1. So total you got 3 roots. Your m1 is equal to plus 2i, your m2 is equal to minus 2i, your m3 is equal to minus 1. So in these 3 roots, these two people are conjugate couple, or you say they are complex paired, complex couple, anything you can say. So for these two you have direct solution. What is solution? Solution is e power alpha, right? What is your alpha here? Alpha is 0 this time, because alpha plus I beta, I or minus I beta. So this alpha is 0 this time. So your e power alpha x, right? And then bracket. Then you have to write your C1. Now see, you remember C1 cos beta x was there. So C1 cos beta value is coefficient of I is 2x. In C2 sine value 2x, right? C1 C2 done. But you have to put alpha value you have to put 0. Don't be confused here. That's all. Then we can find out our remaining answers. Plus you have to add C3 e power minus 1x. Right, there are 2 roots. They are complex conjugate, na? Alpha and beta. Right. Plus sign. No, that does not matter. This sign does not matter. Only beta value matters. Here you are having minus sign, no problem. Because always one minus sign will be there, one plus sign will be there. Here you always be having plus sign. Only plus sign. Clear, Vedant? Any doubt in this? Okay. Now see, we have to learn a new topic, and in that topic I will be explaining how to discuss particular integral. Particular integral means when the right side some number will come or some function will come, like sin x, cos x, e power x, log x, x square, these things will come. So we have some set of rules, because mostly there is chance that trigonometry function will come, or log function will come, or algebraic function will come, or e power x or a power x, these kind of functions will come, and if numbers are also coming. So anyway, these things we will discuss in next class. So because it is a very fresh topic, so I don't want to start fresh topic in same class. So in next class we will start a fresh topic, so that you guys will also be fresh, so we can start this class. Okay, enough for tonight. Thank you guys.